Grossman.
She's facing 5 charges, including 2 counts of murder stemming from a crash that killed 2 young brothers in Westlake Village in 2020. KCAL's Jasmine Veal is live outside the courthouse in Van Nuys. Jazz?
Juan and Amy, I just stepped out of the courtroom a few minutes ago where we were waiting on those jurors to actually return to the courtroom to ask the judge a few questions. No verdict, though. But as I was there, behind me, in tears, was that mother, Nancy Iskander, whose 2 boys were hit and killed. And she told me that she has had to keep telling herself that no matter the verdict, it won't bring back those 2 boys. She says every minute that ticks by, it makes her more anxious and emotional. I mean, this has been a very long 6 weeks of this trial. And as the judge said earlier today, the people, meaning the prosecution, they had the burden of proof.
Angelic.
As a jury deliberated Thursday in Van Nuys in the murder trial of Rebecca Grossman, family friends remembered the 2 young brothers she's accused of hitting and killing in her white Mercedes SUV more than 3 years ago.
It's a blessed family that is being tried very heavily right now. Because you cannot understand or feel what Nancy and Kareem, and by the way, the rest of the family, there is a grandma that is suffering through this.
Father Cyril Gorgie says he knew Mark and Jacob Iskander from his Culver City church.
Beautiful angels, they served as deacons.
Grossman's defense attorney had sought time and again to blame the death of the 2 boys on Grossman's then boyfriend, Scott Erickson, alleging he was the one who hit the boys in his vehicle. But in a rebuttal argument Thursday, Deputy District Attorney Ryan Gould said the defense tried to make this the Scott Erickson trial. It's easier to make him the villain. It's easier to control the false narrative when he's not here. But at the end of the day, this isn't the Scott Erickson trial. This is the Rebecca Grossman trial.
This is very difficult for a defense attorney.
Lou Shapiro, a criminal defense attorney who has been following this trial, says the prosecution had a lot of key evidence that pointed to Grossman as the speeding and impaired driver who allegedly hit the boys in the crosswalk.
The front end of that car is where the damage was. That's consistent with striking an individual, not a body landing on it.
He says the jury probably wanted Grossman herself to take the stand, which she did not. He says the jury may struggle, though, to find her guilty of murder.
Some of the jurors might have difficulty wrapping their heads around a murder charge. Manslaughter might sit more comfortable with them because murder traditionally is where somebody intends to kill.
Grossman faces 34 years to life in prison if convicted as charged. Just take a look at this picture. Heartbreaking. That mom, Nancy, has been posting photos of her boys to social media in the last hour saying, may justice prevail. We also know we saw Rebecca Grossman. She has been here as well as the jury is deliberating with her family, her husband and daughter by her side. Live here in Van Nuys, Jasmine Veal, KCAL News.